Good evening. Welcome, everyone. We don't have much wind today, so I hope that this will go rather smoothly. But let's do a sound check. I will look at your mattresses and see if it's all okay. Denise says it's very wet and windy in Scotland. Verpes says there's wind in her place too. And Isabel says that she can hear and see me. Jolly good. Jolly Kenny too, welcome. So, I've decided, because every week hi Julie, and Stefan, good. Lisa, hi. Wow, it's really special. What I want to talk about this week is love. And you know, love isn't just something that you experience between another person. It's actually a feeling of pleasantness on the more superficial level of being human. But I don't know if you know or realize that love, its true quality, I suppose its spiritual quality, is that it's the unifying force of everything. And somewhere along the line, we human beings created separatism. I don't know why. Because we went into judgments and criticisms to try to find the reason why you are here and what to do about it. And I have to say that we went into a very weird space that we're having to come out of right now. Because the real love, the deep love that nourishes, that unifies, that brings happiness, you were born with. It isn't something that you necessarily have to do. Once you realize that it's you, it's in your soul. And that's what balances everything. That's what's so wonderful. And yeah, it's wonderful to have a partner or a person or a dog or a cat or something that you love, artwork, music. But there's something deep inside you to where you could give so much more. It's like, I don't know about you, but I think a lot of people are in management of their anger, their frustration. And because we tend to not like anger, it's we hide it behind, oh, I'm sad, I'm not angry, I'm disappointed, or I'm frustrated, or any of those things. But there's actually something that you're hiding for why you actually are angry and how to get out of it. The basic principle that we're born with is that I am loved, I am lovable, and life loves me. And because of the separative way of dealing with life, within judgments, criticism, feelings of guilt, or I want to be a good person or a good kid, and oh my God, I'm not being loved, and therefore I'm doing something wrong. It's something that gets you into a habit that actually removes you, puts up a block to what true love in your heart really is. And I want to talk about that more tonight. And maybe we could have a few comments about your feelings on this topic. Becky's put up a few, and she says, love of peace and contentment in life. Becky says she's experienced lots of different versions of love. The love of a lover, the love of a mother and grandmother, also love of material things. I mean, it's a lot of spiritual paths, at least some of the ones that I've been on, sort of encourage the lack of material things so that you're not distracted. And actually, I've discovered that if you work within the material world, then if your intent is to bring love to others or to uplift their hearts so they remember the love that's within, then that's might be just the reason why we're here, to love the world. And there's like one thing that you could probably do to enter into the deeper love of the cosmos, of the soul, is look through your judgments. Is there something or someone that you think is unlovable? And then see if you could go into being initiated by cosmic love by mentally changing that. And how you do that is visualize that person, and you could do the Ho'oponopono from Hawaii that we've been doing a couple times. Because the main purpose of doing this, to say, sorry, apologize for being horrible to you in any way you want to say it. Wait a little while and then say thank you. I love you. Because the real purpose of doing that is to clear the blockages in you. It isn't necessarily that you approve of whatever that person is doing, but any judgments, any criticism, any feelings of guilt, any lack of self-love blocks you from touching that love that's deep in your hearts that you were born with. Everyone's born with it. And Verpi says, loving yourself is sometimes the hardest part. It doesn't come easily to all of us, but I'm learning all the time. I know. But what's interesting, if you look at the process of the evolution of consciousness in a big picture, we're in an era of wholeness. Everywhere you look, everyone's talking about wholeness. Because ever since the nuclear age started, where we had such power to destroy, mankind's consciousness had to hurry up and catch up. And there are epochs of different keynotes that come down for us to pay attention to that will help our evolution of consciousness. And right now, wholeness is being presented to us. And it's certainly about your health. Because if you're in separatism or judgmental beliefs of yourself, and you think you're unlovable, then it will block the flow of feeling it. And Becky says, love that is expected is fake. Sometimes you're expected to automatically love someone, but you don't. You just tolerate them. I know, Bruno, I will be doing that. Right now, I'll say Happy Dominique if she's there. And tomorrow, being her birthday, I will acknowledge that, no problem. Denise says that she's not sure if she's ever really loved anyone, not in the way that I've seen others love. Well, our society certainly has a program of what is love and what isn't love. And we get under a heavy pressure when we're trying to do the love that's expected of us from the society, from the church, from your parents, from your friends, from even yourself. It's really tiring to put in all that energy. But I tell you, if you touch the true love of who you are, it makes things easy, because real love of the cosmos has no judgments. It's always there. It never changes. And yes, Sharon, God is supposedly the being, the creator that you can turn to, that has no judgments of who you are. And that's planted inside your heart, that divine seed. Becky says it's hard to love after heartbreak. I know. I know it very well. And to find my journey, which I talk about in my book, was a journey from a very deep love to discover the love of who I am. Verba, that is fine. She says she has lots of love, just no energy for a relationship kind of love. I love my family and friends a lot, and you've loved your wonderful cat as well. The main thing is to keep your heart open, and that's all you need. Hi Francine. Hi Ellie. Real love is unconditional. What's interesting is true love of the cosmos has no conditions. It is there at all times. We put the condition on it. We put the fear on it. Somewhere along the line in your life, you got the feeling that you weren't loved. And once that's in there, it's quite a road, a journey to find love, the deep love that's always there. It's very interesting. I don't know how many of you have actually had a baby or experienced being close to a baby. But when a child is first born, they are so pure. They have no expectations. They just know. All they need is some food and warmth and things like that. But they don't actually sit there and think, oh God, this life is hard and everything. They just are part of the oneness. Well, Becky, she says, I think innocent first love is unconditional. Do you think it's possible to find that again? Well, all I can say is love is love. And it's, I certainly think that a more conscious love is totally something I hope to find one day. At the moment, I love my artwork. I love doing these streams. I love finding love with the flowers and the squirrels and the birds and the ocean. Just even with my thoughts of pleasantness each day, to wake with a smile. And yes, the purity, the divine seed in a little baby is something that is quite remarkable. And then I think what we can do, because in a way most of mankind at this point don't really believe in that love exists. It's probably too we put so much conditions on what we want, what we think we want, what we think the other person should be, and try to change it all. That's not going to work. And Bruno says it's difficult to stop Lorelei and Durga love. I know what you mean. And plus their voices. I just love their voices. And Verby says also baby animals are such innocent creatures, just like human babies. I know. I've got a real soft heart for puppies and baby kittens and rabbits and anything little baby innocence. Becky says, remembering that infidelity from others, I find it hard to let down barriers that were put up afterwards. You know, a lot of people are still searching, thinking that one person should be faithful. And it hurts if they spread themselves about. And I think what you could just, there's something in you that is blocking you from opening your heart because you keep thinking about that experience. And that is what you can forgive within yourself and do the Ho'oponopono to yourself, to let go of the broken heart, to let go of the barrier, to trust life again. That doesn't mean to say you run out there and put yourself under the cars. There is a certain amount of wisdom of how you open your heart or not, but it feels to me that you are blocking even the love of the sunshine on your face and things like that, and to be happy and to play. But I could be wrong. Becky says, hurts even worse when you let the barriers down just for it to happen again. Well, we might just have to look at your choices of who you open your heart to. And sometimes we have such need to be loved, and we project it onto something outside of us as the way it will be fulfilled. And the basis of it is really to do with you loving yourself. And that's beyond anything else. You find that, and all the fears and everything will dissolve, because within the deeper love, it has no judgments. It's very hard to explain it in a way. It's easier to experience that. And sometimes looking at a baby can show you what that space is within you. That's what we have to look at tonight and each day. Donald, why do you say love hurts? Well, Becky, it might be a road back, but so long as you are working on love within yourself, that will nurture you. Maybe your destiny is to be with yourself. But then I would suggest that you do visualizations that sends love to the world, because that's the great work, beyond loving yourself, to love the world. That doesn't mean to say we have to accept the wrongs other people actually do, because they're not happy budgies. They know they've gone against the true love of the cosmos, of life. We're here to bring heaven, to live heaven on earth, to touch that unconditional love that we all know, and we long for it. But somewhere we keep sabotaging ourselves. I don't know why. But I recently realized that if I get angry, then what's it trying to tell me? And it was really trying to tell me to find the path to the love within me that comes. It comes, it can be there all day, every day. Yes, Becky, it really does exist. You just have to start nurturing yourself with little things to think about, to change every time you, I don't know, there must be joyful things in your life that you can focus on. And we do need, we need love, but more than anything, you are love. That's what you don't know. And I was listening to Sadhguru the other day, and he was lecturing to young college students. And one of them asked about faithfulness in a relationship, about having a one-person relationship, if that's the way it should be, or whether that's a prison and everything. And he said it's really, if you think it's a prison, it's one that you've made for yourself, for one. But the most amazing comment he made was that sometimes, if you're honest with yourself and you go out dating lots of different people, and you get so attached to all of them, you can't really be, you're always searching about how are they going to accept you? How will you get the love? Will it happen? Will it not? And actually, to find a person you can live with and actually be yourself all the time, you feel safe. You can relax. And then you have work to respect each other's space, that's for sure. But a single relationship is not because the church told you, but it's because it's a place of sanctuary, safety. Julie says, love is so much bigger than between two people. We have all been hurt. Don't let that experience turn you against. Tear down the wall. Yep. And Becky says, I have love in my life. My grandchildren melt my heart. Well, we're all on a personal level with life, and there are things that hurt us. That's for sure. And I know when David and I chose to separate, it was such a hurt in everyone's heart that I went out and got a dog for the kids so that their heart stayed open. They could love the dog beyond the hurt and the sorrow and everything. Now I realize that of all the hurts, there's always some opportunity in there for me to become a better person, a freer person, a more loving to myself person. And once you're loving to yourself, you can radiate that and inspire other people because they can see it. They know it exists. And Sarah gave us our little grandson, Lenny. And we have he's such a character, and he has so much loving happiness. We have a great time together. So, Becky, I know what you mean about grandchildren melting your heart. It's important. But we do get stuck in the program. Can't help it. But I'm just telling you, there's a way. There is a way. I love that song, Tina Turner. What's love got to do with it? Well, what does she mean by love, really? I think it's love's got a lot to do with it because it's the most purifying, pure energy. But it's not to do with the personality love. You can have that between a person and certainly go in the depths, and I've had that. But I also know more and more who I am and the love that is the gift within me. So what I want to do now is our weekly visualization. So let me, I love love between people, but I also know it needs to be cherished and valued and not to be stepped on. So I hope I'm a wiser person waiting for my next love, if that's meant to happen. Otherwise, the love I have is just my love for nature and painting and passing it on, the smiles and all that. Sorry, Becky, I don't know who Steven Tyler is. But let me go in and sort out our visualization we're going to do. Dum, da-dum. So I want to take us into realizing that the love, the deep love of nature, of life, that unifies and touches everything, has many colors and many shapes. So let us all sit in stillness. And if you have to lie down, Donald, I don't know what position you have to be in to be comfortable, or anybody else. But if you're sitting, place your hands gently on your hips. You can focus on the colors of life before you, and eventually close your eyes as we go deeper into who you are. I want you to pay attention to your breath. Breathe in and hold it and release. Breathe in, hold the color and release. Breathe in, hold the color and release. And take this feeling into your heart center, the stillness, the beauty, the love between the color and you, between nature and you. Align yourself to the beauty before you and place it in your heart. And give it back in your out-breath, and take it in and hold it and release it. The time has come for you to close your eyes. Take your breath into your heart and hold it and release. Breathe in the love of life and release it. Breathe in and send it throughout your body and release it. Breathe in into all the corners, the blockages, and release them. Return them into the world, into nature. Mother Earth melts everything. She is one with the love of all of life. No judgment, just the breath, just the beauty, just the stillness. Now say, I am love. I am loved. I am lovable. I am love. I am loved. I am lovable. I am love. I am lovable. I am loved. Now expand this feeling into your room. I love. I am loved. I am lovable. It glows all the colors of love, of nature. Expand that to your community, your city, your family, your friends, your neighbors. I love. I am loved. I am lovable. We are love. We are lovable. Breathe in and hold it, and breathe out. Breathe in, hold it, and breathe out. Breathe in and hold it and breathe out. Now expand it to the globe, to all of humanity, to the animal kingdom, the plant kingdom, all of existence, all life, all of humanity, especially Mother Earth. I love you. I care for you. I care for me. We are one together. Breathe in and hold the oneness and breathe out. We are one together in love. Slowly return to your country, to your town, to your home, to yourself. And hold this feeling of love, of peace, of stillness within you. Place your hands on your heart and repeat, I am love. I am peace. I am lovable. Life loves me. And in your own time, come back to the stream. I feel like our visualization meditations give you a momentary experience of who you really are, of that piece of who you really are, that love that we all are. And that's the great challenge in life. And it's can be it is a creative one, to love yourself, to love living. And if you love living and you love yourself, then it just radiates out. It's such a gift. Verbi, I'm hoping it does relax you. Most of all, I hope you see the beauty that you are. You're a very special person, as almost everyone here I feel is. And Julianne, thank you for your earlier message on Messenger, I think it was. Very special. The most important thing is to work on not judging, because you tend to Becky, that's true. Love is the feeling you get when you hear a certain song or a piece of music that makes your heart glow. Yep. I totally agree. I have to say that I saw this one link about 400 musicians doing We Don't Need No Education. It was incredible. The smile. I mean, I remember the making of that and being at the concerts and dancing to the song in the audience, and it was amazing. Just amazing. And the organizational power of not only the music, but all the people, how in harmony they were. That's what I used to really love at the Floyd concerts, was the silence that would come as we listened to the music. No matter what the topic was, it would somehow, there was unity in the chaos. Really special. I don't know if you guys or even the Floyd would articulate it that way, but that was my experience. Yes, Verpi is a very kind person, as you are, Francine. Thank you, Richard. Do you know when that love is something that you feel, it joins you, that love melts and joins you energetically with another person? And we can do that for the earth as well, and all people, and may love prevail. Yeah. It's the key to everything, and we have so much doubt about it because the inner judgments of who we are, who we think we should be, who we aren't, and all that stuff. You got to clear it. Got to clear it. It's very destructive. Julie, it was an amazing link of people in harmony and unity and all loving the same thing. I mean, all the guitarists and all the piano players and all the singers and just everyone together expressing something. And what it turns out is that it was especially organized because Hungary Hungary, the country, is closing down a lot of the human rights. So they were making a stance about it all. And it's this whole idea of, hi Vince, this whole idea of wholeness. Because as I said, we're in this era where wholeness is important. Oh, you girls are just so funny. Becky says that her soulmate will appear on a white horse, and Verpi thinks hers will ride on a black horse. I don't mind which other color the horse, even maybe speckled. Horses are wonderful. It's really down to your own inner experience. Yes, Becky, Black Beauty. Oh dear. Yeah. Denise, hers is going to be a donkey. There was when we always went to Lindos, as you know, even a unicorn. Yay, I want a unicorn. They are here as an invisible being, along with the angels and the fairies and the leprechauns and all those. It's the magic of life on the invisible realms. It's called the inner net. As opposed to the internet, it's the internet, which is where love, the deeper love, exists. Kenny says it's okay to arrive on a pony if he wants to. Yeah. Love has no definition or judgment or even conditions if it's the real thing. Anyway, we're in Lindos quite often. We're fixing our house. And there are a lot of donkeys there. And in the wintertime, they're out in the fields. And they are just so special. They need a lot of respect and care because in the summer they're up and down that hill. At least the donkey carriers are carrying water more often. Okay, you guys, you're getting really silly. So one thing I can ask you to think about is during the week, I want you to try to observe your thoughts and think, or when you're about to have a thought, ask yourself, is this a judgment, or is it loving, a loving statement, a loving thought? And then see what you come up with. Yeah, we love donkeys. They're really special. So my special friends, it's about that time for us to say be well and have a lovely week. And I thank the wind gods that they let us have this stream. And may love be with you, I have to say. The true love that's beyond all judgments, that's in your heart, totally. You are wonderful. And the more that we're wonderful in our thoughts, the more we are wonderful with each other. We create a wave of wonderfulness. So thank you for coming, everybody, and share the replay, if you will, so we touch more and more people, and if you feel that's appropriate. And I have to learn how to do this myself and post it on all my other pages. Maybe you guys could post it on your pages. Thank you, Kenny. We love you all, and have an amazing week. Thank you, Isabel, for coming, and Verby and Richard, thank you for being here. Good night, all. May all of you love living lots. Okay, sweet people. Ta-da. It's been wonderful. Love you lots, and it's time. Thank you, Ellie. So